America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Now, it may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
This is your victory. Now, I know you didn't do this just to win an election. And I know you didn't do it for me. You did it because you understand the enormity of the task that lies ahead.
You're not going to believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
Fire!
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
I did that one because I knew it makes you mad. I know you don't like that one. What's up, everybody? I'm Coach Casey. Joining me up there on that little TV that normally you see our logo on, or you see, I don't know.
You can still see it.
Blank, or, well, can you see it? Can you?
Yeah, I got my Facebook over here so I can see it.
What can you see? You can see the screen behind you?
Well, yeah. I can see myself on the TV through Facebook Live.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Normally, there's a different logo back there, I guess. I thought, you were saying it wasn't working. Well, joining me from Dodge City, Kansas, he is the co-host. Back behind me, normally Skin Man, he said, nope, not coming. Across from me, E was supposed to be here. He said, nope, not coming. I had a guest lined up. Oh, crap, I forgot he's going to be here in a minute. I'll have to text my wife here that she's going to have to go steal money. We may have to stop this. I forgot the one thing I was supposed to do when we went inside, or when I went inside. So I may have you do a story while I go pull $2,600 out of a little hidden area I have for a guy to come by and pick it up for. Here, let's just do this.
Your air conditioner?
Yeah, let's just do this. My wife's never been on the show. Let's call her on the show. We don't have no guests anymore.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's see if she picks up, though.
Are you going to tell her where your secret spot is?
I think she knows.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the Middle of the Road podcast. I am Coach Casey. My co-host you can hear is TJ. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic.
You are fantastic?
Yes.
I know, that doesn't sound convincing, does it? It sounds...
I am good.
All right. Hey, so I forgot to tell you, we're live on air, and I was going to stop the show and come in, but Jared is coming by to pick up some money for the air conditioner tonight at 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Do you know where my secret stash is?
No, I have no idea.
God dang it.
That's why it's a secret.
I know. All right. In my bottom of my thing I built, in all the way to the right-hand corner, there's some frames leaned up, and there's a big fat thing full of all of Casey's money. And
Ooh.
unless
the bottom?
unless you have $2,600, I need you to pull that out and give it to the guy that's coming by to go pick up an air conditioner for us to install this weekend.
Okie dokie. Sounds good, honey.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on the Middle of the Road. It was great to have you as a guest.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
You know, sometimes stuff happens live on podcasts, okay? And I can multitask. That was my wife, Amy. It was nice to have her on here.
Yes, very nice for her to join us.
So what's today's 5/16. What are you doing? How's Dodge City going, buddy?
Okay, smells.
Okay, we'll get
really
to that.
bad.
That was on my list.
The place where I'm working at particularly smells because it's a wastewater treatment plant. So, here, I did have this.
Hey,
we're
live now. I finally turned on. Oh yeah, give me your list real quick.
It's a list of all the stuff we need to talk about.
I'll reach in here. All right, I got your
it?
list.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We have.
Anyways, so on your list you'll see what we're talking about here. But Dodge City, where I'm working at, is we're building a brand new wastewater treatment plant. And it smells like poop out there all the time because that's where the poop goes.
Yeah, that's true. If you were at a that's what's crazy. You went to Dodge City and found the stinkier place than actually just driving through Dodge City.
I don't know. It's
I was gonna say
pungent.
it is pungent.
Stings the nostrils.
Yeah. Do you like do any Vaseline in the nostrils or anything? I mean, that's a normal Dodge City move for me, but that's definitely out of the poop
No,
facility.
I'm just kind of sucking it up.
Have you ever tried that?
No, but I seen it on a show just this week.
Yeah, it works, man. It helps, especially if you're like me. I have to, and that's because you were on the phone with me
I'm not
the other
gaggy like you.
Yeah, you were on the phone with me the other day while I was just trying to literally scoop up poop, and you listened to me puke and gag and just trying to pick
Pathetic.
up. And it was just doggy poop. Human poop would have made sense.
Well, the poop. So there's these. We're putting in like 2 more big wastewater ponds. They're like going to be like 160 acres total. That's how huge they are. The ones that are out there already come from National Beef and in the town. But anyways, all the solids are at the bottom.
Okay.
But sometimes you can see the poopy at the top. What is that?
That is our today's show sponsor. I was just getting ready to get to it. I thought this would drive you. Today's show, we can't put a water cap on here. Today's show sponsor is Choppin' Potato Vodka. Family owned, proudly produced by the Dordidia family in Poland. 40% alcohol by volume. Choppin' Vodka is established, distilled by some family in a village in Poland. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. I guess no better.
Nice of them to send us that.
What's that?
That was nice of them to send us that.
It was. I think so. They listened to the last show. Our last show, Casey was hopped up on a lot of marijuana products, and
yes,
it was kind of a last hurrah, I guess, if you want to call it that, or something like that for me, because we had talked about a couple shows before, find coach a job. And I don't know if anybody listens at work, whatever, I don't care. I don't know if I'm actually quitting. What I am doing is finding out what I'm worth. So to find out what I'm worth, I have to get sober. I have to be able to pass piss tests and go in and do some interviews and see what, maybe I'm overvaluing myself, and the company that I'm at has been overpaying me and underutilizing me this whole time. I don't know, but that's what we'll find out. So I had to get clean. I'm 3 days sober, technically, I guess 2.5, but for me, it's like 6 months. And I say sober as I mix up my second vodka drink of the night, and it's only 7:00. So
I am also 2 days sober from Mountain Dew.
Oh, really? Are you kicking?
Yeah,
man.
I've had nothing but water.
See, I think
since Monday, so I'm like 36 hours sober.
So that would be probably, I think if you listen to it, you probably get more from the science of it, caffeine withdrawals than you do pot withdrawals. Pot is not, there's nothing addictive about it unless you're an addictive personality. And like in my case, like I was live on, which we are on TikTok right now, but I was live on TikTok earlier, and I was talking to a guy named The Wolf. And
The Wolf?
Yeah.
What's up, Wolf?
And he, his, I don't know, I got to shut this off real quick. His take on, I got to shut this off. Oh, you can hear it still.
Yep.
It's not shutting off. Yep. There we go. How about that? But his take on it was, it's not shutting off. Yep. There we go. That you're a creature of habit, all those things. Take on it was, and
what's going on now? I can hear everything we're saying backwards.
I got to kill this. I got everything messed up here. I hit buttons. I shut it back off. I was hoping you'd keep an eye.
Okay.
I was hoping you would keep an eye on it, but anyways,
I can't keep an eye on it from here.
I know you can't. Well, you could probably open up it on your computer or something, but that's okay.
My TikTok?
Yeah, but he was, basically just saying creature of habits, and like, to me, my biggest thing was I'm in pain a lot and I stress a lot, so that thing helps me with both of them, and so it's just learning how to coexist again without it. That I'm, and I'll get there.
Me too, without Mountain Dew.
Oh, I can imagine, dude. Like,
I can tell you, I've only been addicted really to 2 things my whole life. One thing was Mountain Dew, and I had that young. The other thing was sex from women, and it took me a long time to get that, but I knew I always wanted it.
See, I'm glad you qualified with women because I you know, if it was just sex, no. Yeah, I've went through some addictions in my life. I went through chewing, smoking,
Oh, I
alcoholism.
did chew for a while, but I quit that so easily, though. And
You say
drinking
that, but
very
you
easily.
still fiend for it. What are you talking about? You would 4 years after you
Chew?
quit, you would still take a chew off me every once in a while.
I actually went like probably 6 years without having one, but then yeah, every once in a while you get around a bunch of guys that chew, and you just get that little
Tingle,
wherever your
twitch.
wherever your chew pocket was, and you get that little bit of like, and you want it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been addicted to some stuff, but same way. I mean, when I quit drinking, I quit overnight. Last time I quit smoking pot, I went hardcore up until the day it was time to quit. Woke up the next morning and was done. You know, it took a couple days, but I'm a couple days in, doing strong, clear-headed, not as funny. I notice. I don't have no funny thoughts. They'll come back.
No funny thoughts.
I think they'll come back. Here's what I wrote. TJ's living in Dodge City. The country Detroit of the Midwest. If you love the smell of meat and cheese being processed, you'll love Dodge City. You think where you live stinks? Welcome to Dodge City. I didn't know. That's about all I had for them. So.
And yeah. Oh, and yeah. If you like dirt and blowing dirt, there's that too. I mean, this is where Wyatt Earp's from.
I was going to say, we just talked about that Tombstone. I was talking about you at work today, and the guy's like, man, I need to watch Tombstone. And when I think of Dodge City, it makes me think like I want to watch like The Mexican or...
you know what I'm doing right now? I am listening to the audiobook of Lonesome Dove. It's like 36 hours.
I don't know if I would like that or not. I didn't really love the... It's
pretty good so far.
Who's narrating?
I mean, that's I don't know who the guy narrating, but that's another one of those movies or is a TV series that fucked me up for being scared of snakes my whole life. You know?
See, and that's what, like me, I was scared of prairies after Little House on the Prairie. I hated rolling meadows. I hated log cabins. You know,
I wouldn't like log cabins either after that.
No, not their log cabin for sure. So we were supposed to have I thought we were supposed to have a guest on this week. Come to find out that was next week because I don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Skin Man's excuse for not being here was to cut down a tree, which seems like he could have just said, I don't want to be there.
That would work too.
But I did send him a whole bunch of skin stories that he's not going to read today. And I don't know, this was on a podcast I listened to, so I wanted to look it up, but Oklahoma police rushed to respond to cries of help. Enid, Oklahoma, sometimes a wrong call can really get your goat. Police in Enid, Oklahoma at first walked slowly and cautiously through the grassy wooded area of a farm, seeking the source of faint cries in the distance. The person one of the officers said to the other in the video has been widely shared on Facebook. The police department in the city, about 70 miles northwest of Oklahoma City, is the distressing noise that sounded like a human cries for help.
Was it a goat?
It was a goat. That's a goat from a long distance. It sounds like help, but actually it was meh or whatever the hell goats say.
Yeah.
We've all heard them scream, you know. Well,
yeah, like
you put them on a cliff. A cliff, is that the thing? And then, you know, they can't jump back, go forward, so they just keep pushing back. Is that the old thing? And then no, sorry.
I think so.
See, that's where my humors went lately. So, what do you know, or what's been up with wrestling for you here lately?
Okay, so they're having Night of Champions, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So now are you listening?
I'm listening.
It's not this Saturday.
I know.
It's next Saturday.
The following.
Yes. Okay.
2 Saturdays from now.
Let's see here. They're having the heavyweight championship match, and that's going to be Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
I seen that last night. Did you watch his interview last night?
Seth?
Yes.
No, I missed it.
He was in a blouse. full on
He's a
blouse.
freaking-
He was in like the pant, like woman's pants that were up to like his calves. He had women's shoes on. I mean, it's fine. I don't care, but it just is from who he was to. It's just amazing. You get some fame, and you know he's got like I know he's got a crazy dressing style. We've talked about that before, but it was by far the worst outfit I've ever seen him in.
He's going to be in Captain America, the new one.
Oh, really?
I just saw that today too. Yeah. Let's see here. So Becky Lynch his wife's going to wrestle Trish. Gunther is going to wrestle.
Was that the 3-way tag one, or was that? No, that's coming up next week because isn't he fighting your boys KO and all them?
Oh no, KO and Sami Zayn are going to wrestle Roman and Solo.
Oh, really?
Roman told the Usos that he was disappointed in them because they
he'll
lost
take care
at
of it.
WrestleMania. Yep, and then they dedicated that they were going to win that match for him, the rematch, and they lost. And he goes, "I'm going to take care of it. Me and Solo got this. You boys watch."
I think it's going to end up being Solo probably that cost him the match, and then we'll see because there's been a split going on there every episode for the last couple where he about took out his own, brothers or cousins. Yeah. So he'll probably accidentally get Roman or something, cause the match, and then we'll have a whole new.
Or the Usos will cause it for him somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that, and I don't know who Austin Theory's going to wrestle. I'm not sure, but that Mustafa Ali's going to wrestle Gunther, which that's just going to be him getting his ass beat the entire time.
Who,
I wouldn't
Gunther?
want to wrestle that dude. And then Cody and Brock are going to wrestle again.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. I seen they're live.
A fight.
Yeah, but they're live. They're both going to be under the same roof next week on Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah, for the signing. Yeah. Yep.
So they're
that's gonna be bad news for Cody. Like he's just gonna get his ass whipped.
I'm just wondering if it's gonna be the opposite. I'm wondering if it's gonna be like one of those Cody sneaks up on him things or something, and maybe returns.
I just get tired of Cody's like, "Come on, man, let's do it." But he's a good guy.
I was gonna say, I think you need some more though. You got to have those guys. You got to have faces and heels, man.
I know. Oh, and speaking of heels, my show Heels is coming back in July. I saw that today.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's only one season in, right?
Yeah.
So I need to catch up on that since it's coming back.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, but you have to have the Stars one on there. Somehow we have that. I don't know how.
You must not be stealing it from me because I can't.
I'm stealing it from Sarah's sister.
How wine and candy helped a Australian woman survive for 5 days in the bushland. A woman who went missing in Australia's wilderness after making a wrong turn survived for 5 days on wine and candy, local authorities said. The 48-year-old woman, only identified as Lillian, was rescued by helicopter on May 5th in the Something Bushland, a stretch of dense forest in the southeastern state of Victoria. Crikey! Oh. Lillian was driving toward Dartmouth Dam for a day trip and hit a dead-end road, realized she made a wrong turn. As she tried to turn her car around, the vehicle became stuck in the mud.
Oh, no.
Without cell service, she was unable to call for help. Health issues made it difficult for her to walk, police said, but ultimately may have helped her survive as she was able to use her car heater overnight to stay warm in low temperatures. 35, I don't think you'll get hypothermia unless you're in the water.
Be cold, though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cold, but I don't think you'll die. And then, so basically, planning for only a 2-hour drive, Lillian only had a few snacks, some candy, and a bottle of wine. Shouldn't be taking wine with you on a drive, which she intended to gift her mother. Lillian doesn't drink, police said, but she eventually consumed the bottle, because it was her only liquid. The area is so vast. If you imagine, you're talking about hundreds of miles of wilderness. Chris Parr told News 7 on the 4th day of searching, if we don't have a starting point, then we may not have one. I don't know what that means. Lillian's sister-in-law basically told him she knew where she was going, so they were able to narrow it down. And
Well, in Australia, you just send out a boomerang, and if nobody catches it and comes back, then you're in the wrong spot. You just got to keep throwing it in directions until it don't come back.
That's what I was wondering is like, 90% of Australia, you don't want to get, trapped in a wrong turn because everything.
Everything kills you.
Yes. Everything in Australia is deadly. So.
Yeah, for sure. I did see something today and it made me think about you. What sexual position leads to ugly children?
Are you asking what my parents did to birth me or what?
Just say you don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Ask your mom.
I'm gonna say it was it would be like, what would a lesbian do, like in a sexual position? Like, how would you?
From behind, probably.
Would it be like some weird scissors thing where you can't quite see them? You guys are like, I don't know.
Something where there's no eye contact.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
But see, my dad had the long hair and all that, so
and the beard.
So maybe maybe he was from behind and like folded it back, and then she thought, I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever it did, it worked. So.
Hey man. Yesterday we talked about how jelly you were that I have hair and can style it, and
Yeah.
So I'll just say that. I may not be good looking, but I have hair.
Okay. I got a game for us here.
Okay, what do you got?
It's celebrities born today, ages.
All right. We got a bunch of birthdays today, you were saying.
Okay. Megan Fox's birthday is today.
Ooh. How old is Megan Fox? Is that what we're playing?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Megan Fox is 36.
Dude, 37. She was yesterday.
That was pretty good. I literally going into. I had no clue. So
Pierce Brosnan.
57.
Oh,
no, 63.
Oh no.
71.
70.
Oh well, you should have just no.
Okay.
Is he really that old, man? He's a damn good-looking 70-year-old dude.
He is pretty good looking.
He looks better than either one of me and you, and we're just in our late 30s.
Tori Spelling.
51.
Dude, you're pretty good at this game. She's 50.
Well, she's of my genre. I'm a 90210's motherfucker.
Okay.
Sorry about the language. Sorry about the strong language. I'm sober and I can't contain it.
You can't contain it.
Actually,
okay.
I think I got an alcohol buzz going on now.
Let's see here. Danny Trejo. Holy shit, he is way...
He's younger than you think he is. 66.
No.
Quite a bit older?
Wait. Quite a bit older.
81. He ain't that old, is he?
79.
Okay. He's definitely, and he was on one of those lowrider shows or one of those build shows here recently, and he definitely was moving older. But it's just crazy because Machete was only 8-9 years ago, and he was in his late 60s making Machete.
Some of these people that I think you would know, but I tell you their name, you won't.
Who? Give me one.
David Boreanaz.
No. What's
he was the guy from Angel, the main character from Angel.
46.
And Bones. He is 50. Oops, sorry. Shit, it just took me away. I think he's 52.
Okay. Yeah, I do know him. If you would have just said if you would have said guy actor from Bones.
Bones, yeah. Let's see here. And the chick from Fargo, the series.
With the main chick?
Okay, hold on. She was the girl on Charlie's 2.5 Men that was obsessed with Charlie. It's her birthday today. The dark-haired girl.
I know you're
She was a
talking.
neighbor that Charlie banged one time.
I'm going to say I know, and she was obsessed with the whole time, would climb up his thing. Yeah, I know. I'm going to say 50.
She's 46.
That wasn't bad.
And I find her pretty attractive.
Yeah, I liked her on that show. I think it was the desperate slutty. We've talked about this, the weakness for, weak women or loose women, or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
I like my women a little on the trashy side.
A little on the trashy side. I do have something else today. If I was to tell you the name Nicholas Kim Coppola. Who would you think that would be? Famous celebrity.
I would think he was the former leader of North Korea.
No, he's a very famous actor. Very, very famous.
You just said his name, and he's not very, very famous. So it's a fake. Okay,
This is
Nick Cage.
This is his real name. Yep, it is. Nick Cage's uncle is Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay, is it Nick Cage's birthday today?
No, it's not his birthday today. But the other day I was looking and I found all these
celebrities' real names.
Facts. Well, just facts about Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage was married to Patricia Arquette.
Yep.
From 1995 to 2001.
Okay.
Then he was married to Lisa Marie Presley, who is no longer alive anymore.
Yep.
From 2002 to 2004.
He didn't do
then he's been married 3 other times since then.
I think he's
Alice Kim, Erica Koki, and Rico Shabiti. His name started getting weirder as he got further along.
I think he's currently still married, correct?
He's married to this Rico person.
Yeah, I seen him at some whatever. He just did some movie where he played himself in it, and they interviewed him and her.
Yeah, that movie was awesome.
I haven't seen it, but I did hear it was pretty good. I don't know if it'll reach Face Off level to me, but I've heard it was pretty good.
So is that your favorite Nick Cage movie?
Probably that or Con Air.
Con Air is pretty good. So what do you think the first movie he was in?
God dang. I know he didn't start acting until, he was young, but not like child young. I want to say he was in his
1982 was the first movie, so he would have been just short of 20 years old. He would have been 18.
Okay. I don't know.
He's the same age as my mom. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
There we go. I don't even, I've watched that show a whole bunch of times. I do now that you say it, remembering it, but he just wasn't,
not in it very much, yeah.
Yeah, not a main character.
Yeah, I think his first main one was, he's in lots of stuff, man, with a lot of famous people.
But dude, he's been in, that was the joke going forever was if you don't have an actor, just put Nicolas Cage in it,
Because he could do it,
And some of his stuff is good. Some of his movies are horrible. He just has I think he has money troubles, and he's just like, you put me in it, I'll do it, man.
I'll do it. So Pauly Shore was on Joe Rogan just recently, and he was talking about how they are neighbors. And he was saying that his favorite Nick Cage movie is this one that's out. It's called Pig. I haven't ever actually watched it, but I know it's on Hulu and you can watch it.
Huh, I'll have to maybe check.
I'm putting that on my list.
I don't know if I can. Pauly Shore's okay. He's hard to listen. I watched him on Rogan one of the 2 times before this he had been on. Just sometimes it's just like, he is as
this time he wasn't weird at all. He was just normal. They were talking about his mom dying and how important she was to Joe because she owned that comedy place.
I think what I struggle with is his. He got famous because his dad was. We all know that.
Pauly Shore?
Yeah, because that comedy club was dad owned.
Well, his mom ran it.
Okay, well, either way, but he grew up around all these comedians. He was funny. He was cool. It was funny. It was that dumb comedy. It wasn't the lasting comedy, which is why he went away. Encino Man, great movie.
What's your favorite Pauly Shore movie?
Probably Encino Man or Father-in-Law. Is that what it's called?
Mine
Son-in-Law.
is probably Biodome.
Yeah, that's another good
Son-in-Law.
one. Son-in-Law. That one's pretty good though.
Encino Man's pretty good too. I didn't even have my kids watch that.
Yeah, I enjoy Encino Man. That's probably my favorite. Actually, Freddie Prinze, or no, not Prince. What's the other guy?
Rudy.
Yeah. No, the actual
Brendan
caveman.
Fraser.
Brandon Fraser. Yeah, that's my favorite Brandon Fraser movie. Besides,
we got 10 minutes left.
We haven't even got anywhere. We may kick back on or just call it a show for tonight. It's okay. This is a learning experience. This is our first Zoom show in over a year. We had got practiced at it. This is the first time we've tried to bring it into OBS, so this is kind of a test run. What's the hungriest you've ever been, and what's the most expensive thing you've ever ate?
I don't know. I've been pretty hungry at work before, like when I was doing pig runs and stuff where I'd be out for a long time and not eat.
Okay.
I've never probably went 24 hours without eating ever.
Okay. I've done that a couple times. I've had to fast for like, tests and stuff where you got to like get a camera shoved up in you or where.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've been thinking about doing that to try to lose some weight. I'd see people that do it for like days upon days upon days.
I think the thing I hear works the best, which is what I've been doing, is the intermittent fasting where I don't eat before noon. And then eventually I'll switch it back around because it starts to hurt your body. And then so you'll eat and then take like a 12-hour break after you eat and things like that. So that's what I've been doing. I've lost, 17 pounds. So it's starting to work.
I don't know, like a steak somewhere, probably like $100 or something like that.
Okay. Well, a guy who ate a $120,000 banana in an art museum says he was just hungry,
That sounds like something Skin Man would do.
Have you? And
that would have been a perfect story for him.
I know these were all for him. They were literally, these are called skin stories because I send them to Skin Man every week because I like the way he reads them. But have you seen that? It was a huge thing going around. It was the banana that was just duct taped to the thing.
No, I have not seen this.
Yeah, it was going around. It was literally an artist put a banana and duct taped it to, I want to say it's a wall, but I think they did put it on a piece of canvas, and it was going around. It was a big joke going around, but it's been eaten now. So the painting is gone. An Italian artist, Catherine something, famously proactivate, I don't know, but his signature work was a banana taped to a wall. Fell prey to a basic impulse, the hunger of a South Korean college student.
Or North Korean.
Nope,
they don't get to eat.
No, this was South Korean. In college,
Okay.
The art in question is a duct-taped banana that was meant to invoke everything from the Charlie Chaplin slapstick comedy to the fruit status as I don't know. Anyways, I just thought it was funny that there was weeks ago, I just remember it going around, or actually maybe longer than that, there was the picture of that, and everybody's just started duct taping stuff to something and saying it's art. But it was just hilarious that you're walking by like duct tape thing. Well, I'm gonna eat it. I don't know how.
That looks good. Yeah.
Did you see it? Oh.
No, that someone would be like, yeah, that looks good.
Well, so that's what I say. I don't know like anything duct taped to a wall. If it was, I guess a banana at least is. I don't know.
I mean, I don't like brown banana. That grosses me out.
Well, that's
what
I'm wondering.
Soggy.
This one looks fairly new, so I don't know if they just re-duct tape a new banana once a week or if they've preserved this in some way, injected it with something or something. But it was a Skin Man story. I miss Skin Man. I got to at least read the headlines I sent him.
Well, he'll be here next week, right?
He's supposed to be. If I go to his daughter's graduation party, I think he'll be here. If I don't, then I don't. I no promises.
Yeah.
An Arkansas woman pleads not guilty to selling over 20 boxes of stolen human parts. We'll have him read that one next week. And then the only other one I had for him was, and this was my weekend. I had a guy threaten to call the cops on me because I got up Sunday morning because we had a crap ton going on with my kid. We haven't got to that, my kids' graduations. And the guy walked out. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and he basically said, I could call the cops for you being here. And I said, please do. And he said, excuse me? I said, I don't think there's no ordinance against mowing at 9 in the morning on a Sunday. He's like,
what the fuck?
He's like, well, my wife's trying to sleep in. And I said, go get her some earmuffs. I got a long day today. You're not going to mow the yard for me. But this was, my neighbor threatened to call the police when I started mowing at 8:30 a.m.
Here at your house?
This was in Derby.
At Amy's grandma?
Yeah, it was at Amy's grandma's. And the guy, what's funny is I usually mow about half his yard. I clean his driveway off. I do all that. And I pulled up, and I'm blowing. I hadn't even started mowing yet. I'm blowing. I always blow before I mow. And he comes out. He's like, I sure hope you're not planning on mowing this morning. I said, yeah, I do. Starting in about 2 minutes. And if you wouldn't have came out, I would have started 30 seconds sooner. And he said, dude, it's not even 9 a.m. And I said, cool, I've been up since 6. Long day. He said, well, my wife's trying to sleep in. It's Mother's Day. And I said, I'd go shove actually, I said something about I'd go shove a pillow under her door or something. I wanted to say a pillow over her head, but that would have been horrible. But then he's just fucking like slams the door on me and walks in, or it says something along, I could turn you in for mowing this early. And I said, I don't think you can. Please do, though. So.
What a loser.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there.
So we have a few minutes left. Do you want me to call you back, or what would you like to do?
What do you want to do, buddy?
I'll hang up and call you right back.
All right, hang up and call me back.
We can
do this in real time.
seconds.
We can do this in real time.
Okay.
So this is the thing about doing Zoom is through a show, we've got a 30-minute window to get, this all taken care of or it kills, because we're both too poor to buy the premium version. You hear that ringing through? That's him coming back. That's me joining. He's got to hit some buttons, and then it's going to connect back up. He's going to go back to where he was. I'm going to say, yeah, I want to join audio, and then we're back. That's pretty quick.
That was like probably 40 seconds at
most. I even walked our audience through it. I don't know if anybody's even listening, but anybody that would be listening.
But if they were,
then they would know.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah said, hey, sexy. I don't know if she's talking to me or if she's talking to you.
She said that on Facebook?
She did say that on Facebook.
Hey, sexy. Oh, hey.
You think she's talking to you?
I don't know. Or John Travolta back there. Or maybe Johnny Drama.
Or she could be talking to the detective on my T-shirt.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
What?
We don't do a very good job of watching that very good, do we?
Well, I'm doing a lot of things here in studio. You're literally sitting in a room staring at a camera. You could be doing all kinds of things.
I know I could be, but I'm not.
That's okay. That's fine. I don't care.
I'm kind of hungry too. I've been thinking about that.
Did you? You could eat while we're doing the show. I've got part of a.
Lee's supposed to be taking me to dinner, I think.
Tonight?
I think so.
Where are you guys going?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you tell him?
We'll see if he did.
You'll have to tell him he can't get. He'll have to save his goodies that he got for me for another time.
Okay, now that you're clean.
Now that I'm working on getting clean. I think with the way I partake, it's going to be a while before I'm clean. So
I saw a deal just on that the other day. The dude from Blue Mountain State, who's Jack Reacher now, he calls it an oil change.
Yeah.
You piss all your piss out, then you take a catheter and you stick it up your pee hole, and then you pump the clean piss in, and then you go take a piss test.
Really?
That's what he did.
I don't think that's possible.
He did it. I watched it.
Huh. I've got a.
I mean, it looked like he pulls it out, and like all the players around him and all the piss lands all over him. He's like, that's what I call it. He just stand there just naked in front of him. I've never watched that show, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I've watched a couple episodes. That one, there's like the blonde, like real dumb dude on there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the big guy.
Yeah, he's like my favorite guy on there.
That's the guy that does the oil change.
I know they talked about it on the program. He used to clean out his bloods and get it cycled out there. I ordered a way too expensive product that gives you a 10-day clean window. So here's the thing.
Okay.
I could keep smoking and just quit literally before I take this and be clean for 10 days. But I'm trying to truly just see what being sober is like for a while. So I know if it was just passing a drug test for a job, I can get around that. I've done that for, how old am I? 41. I was on probation from 14 to 18. I have multiple, jobs. So I know how to do that. I had a Suburban. I was on the drug test pool for a while, passed quite a few of those. So I know how to do it. It just, I want to see what clean's like. So.
Well, you'll find out.
I know. I feel like you. Mad, angry, can't get hard.
Nah.
Oh.
That's not an issue.
All right.
I just sent it to you. I pulled it up and sent it to you.
You have any stories for us today?
Scientist claims to have the answer to mystery of notorious Bermuda Triangle. What do you think about the Bermuda Triangle? Also known as the Devil's Triangle.
I watched a whole Discovery series on that about like the polar or the polar drag on there that messes up everybody's communication and radars and stuff in there, and it's something about where basically they think it is basically what's tying the Earth kind of together, or I don't know how to describe it, but that's like the most I don't remember what it was. It's some sort of activity that causes all that crap to happen. So it's definitely real.
An Australian scientist says he's uncovered the mystery.
Okay.
Known for its urban legends
Is
and
it
tales
Biden's
of
fault or
puzzling
Trump?
ship.
That's what I need to know.
Is
it Biden's fault or Trump's?
It seems to be Hillary Clinton's.
Oh, okay. Well, that's for sure.
It's situated between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The precarious stretch of sea is prone to quickly changing weather patterns, varying sea levels, and complicated navigational realities that have given it the ominous alternate name of Devil's Triangle. However, Australian science Carl Luscany, I don't know how you say that.
That does not sound Australian at all.
I know. He's like, hello, mate. I figured out the Bermuda Triangle.
I mean, Mick Dundee, that sounds Australian.
Hold on. Oh, I read that wrong. Australian science Crocodile Dundee.
There you go. Okay, thank you. Now we go. Now, thank you.
There are no supernatural explanations for the tales that surround the forbidden region. Forbidding, I don't know why it's saying like that, but rather a matter of probabilities. The number of ships that go missing in Bermuda Triangle is the same as anywhere in the world on a percentage basis. This guy's full of shit.
Well, but what about all the planes that are supposedly crashed there and shit?
I don't know. Dundee reported his belief again in 2022, and it resurfaced earlier this month, noting that human error, poor weather conditions, and are likely behind all the disappearances that have contributed to the myth of the Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle. I think he's full of shit. I think it's something to do with aliens and something else.
Or he is an alien and he's trying to like cover up for him or something.
Yeah. We watched a documentary this weekend. Well, we didn't finish it. It's called Moment of Contact.
Okay.
And it's about in 1995 in Brazil. And it's like in the town is almost called Vagina. It's like something vaginal.
We'll say Vagiria.
I think it's Vagiria, yeah. Where a UFO crashed and 2 aliens actually got loose in the town. They found them like a week later in the town, and then people came and swept them away, took them. But like, and they say they stunk really bad, like pungent, like acid or like a skunk, but worse.
I would imagine that, I don't know how long, how many light years is it to get here? I mean, you could get real stinky,
Yeah, maybe they just hadn't showered in a long time.
Or maybe that's their cologne or something,
And she said they were like really like, the one was like hiding and it looked like scared, and one of the guys that touched him, like he was a police officer, caught him and he touched him with his bare hands, and he ended up getting like an infection and dying from it.
Really?
Yeah, and then like where the crash site was, they came and collected everything and then burned the whole area and then bulldozed it.
Wonder why? Just because that guy died, I guess?
Well, just to kind of cover it up.
Well,
and then they said that the U.S. came and took the ship.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are the leading experts on alien discovery.
And UFOs.
Yeah, well, I think those two go hand in hand. I guess most unidentified flying objects not from the Earth, I would consider alien. Really,
For
anything
sure.
not from the United States, if you're, a nationalist, you consider an alien. No. What'd you do this week?
Those are just illegal. Regular aliens they're not illegal.
Well, they are still. They're not from this country. I mean, they don't have a green card. They might be green, but they don't have a green card.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, we should have got to this at the beginning of the show. We'll wrap up. Or not wrap up, but we'll get to it late. What'd you do this weekend?
Nothing as exciting as you did.
You didn't even call me. We talked Friday. I invited you over. And I think that's the reason why E and Skinman aren't here today, is because you've been texting E around behind my back trying to get to hang out with him, okay? And he finally invites you over one time. And, it might be the only time. And I know you've been out of town all week. You were 4 minutes from your house. You could have came over, smoked a cigarette with us, and left.
Yes.
You could have had a Foster's. You could have had what do they got, those new Corona Zeros where they don't have alcohol in them? You could have had one of those.
Oh, that sounds good.
I mean, Skin Man even drove over. He doesn't just leave on a Friday night and just show up at a fire for no reason. And he came over.
No, I was pretty exhausted and didn't
You don't
feel like
think
going
you
anywhere.
don't think we were exhausted, TJ? You don't think we all had long weeks? Smooth E had been in 4 states this week.
Yeah.
And he still showed up to his house for a get-together.
That's where he lives.
Oh, that's true. It is easier on him. It was the second closest person to get there was you. You could have rode your bike over there and been there in 5 minutes.
Probably so.
But you didn't show up, so they didn't show up. It was, for me, I knew my brother was coming in town. I knew I was going to have a bunch of family. I knew I was going to be occupied. My daughter was moving out. So I left work early Friday, called my wife, and the maddest I think she's been at me in a long time was she had mentally prepared herself for my daughter to move out Saturday.
Yeah.
And I called her. I said, honey, it's like 2:30. I'm leaving work early. And she goes, and I said, you going to be mad are you going to be mad at me? She said, because I said, we have a shit ton of stuff going on this weekend. And if I move Blaze out today, it makes a lot more sense than trying to do it after her graduation with all this family in town. And she said, okay. And it was like that, okay, And so we moved her down. The boy came and helped. Her boyfriend helped, got all her stuff down there. We went back Saturday and, hung TVs on the wall and pictures and stuff in between stuff. But that was gut check number 1 for me this weekend. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, kind of jokingly. What are we going to do with the room? Before it happens, you think, I'm kind of excited to get one of these fuckers out of my house. When it happens, it's not the same. It's been tough. I mean, I'm proud of her. She's fine, all those things, but it was tough. So then get drunk Friday, go hang out with those guys, forget that I just moved my daughter out, get up and then go watch this little thing graduate college. She
double major though, by the way.
Double bachelor. She'll correct you. She does have 2 majors, but she only got 2 bachelors. You know what I mean?
See, she's smarter than us. We just say that because we're stupid.
It's so funny because so they have like 3 levels of, and which I don't know why they call them cum laudes, but it's really spelled CUM and then laude, but they have
seems sexual.
So they have cum laudes, magna cum laudes, and summa cum laudes. And
so who comes the hardest?
Summa, because they're 4.0s basically. Okay. And then magna is like 3.75 to somewhere in that range, and then
to 3.999.
Yeah, and then cum, or the regular cum laude, is from like a 3.5 or 3 point something up to a 3.75. So she had one assignment that wasn't due technically by the time they gave out or they filled out this stuff, so they went off her. So she was a magna, but on her diploma it's a summa. So she got that last.
She was top of the line.
Yeah. So, and she's still not. I will say this, and take it with a grain of salt. Both valedictorians, for both my daughter and my son. Can you guess the race?
Not white.
Okay.
Asian.
All right, you're right. So both of them, and both are going to be they're going to go cure cancer and
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go do awesome things. I mean, so anyways, we do that. That's a 4-hour graduation on Saturday, by the way. We get out of there at 1:00. Go do the lunch, dinner, all that, bunch of crap going on. And then my son graduates Sunday night. Well, there's, I think, right about 600 kids walking, 580 something. I think that's close to 700 in their class, but you have the early graduates, the ones that just don't show up to walk. They have like Dylan Edwards, and some of these kids are already at their colleges, in training camps and stuff like that. But that one we expected to be 4.5 hours, and that one was only about 2.5. So they floated through that. So that was cool.
That's good.
Ton of family. So I've got a 18-year-old graduated from high school, enrolled in college, and I've got a daughter that's figuring out what's next now. She's going to eventually go back for her master's in something, but down the line. So she's got a liberal arts degree for psychology, which is weird, and then she got a science or some sort of science for the criminal justice stuff. So
okay. So what's she doing for work now?
So we've talked about it for a long time. She wanted to do the FBI thing, and it sounds like she's not going to go that route right now. Basically, the reason is like her mentor or whatever you want to call her, has been a big part of her life since she was young, and kind of had a conversation with her, and just took her and had a regular conversation, got to know Blaze. And at the end of it, she said, I'm 46 and I just had my first kid. I'm just really now starting my life. I talked to you for 20 minutes and I seen how much you care about family, kids, and your friends. Think about this, I'm not saying don't do it. Do it later maybe. So I think she's just, filling it out right now. She's staying at working with my wife currently, but she sounds like she's got between 3 nonprofits that she's going to take a job at that are all either abused or battered women, and things like that. They're all fairly decent paying gigs, especially for a kid right out of college. So she wants to do good on the world, and she wants to help people that don't have a voice and don't have people to help them. So
cool.
So, and then the boy,
pretty exciting.
I don't know what he's going to do. Hopefully he gets a job. We got him a couple college classes figured out, but he's 18. What were we doing?
He's got time.
What were we doing at 18? Figuring out what mowing job we were going to go take and fuck our lives up with. So
pretty much.
What else you got, buddy? That was my weekend.
I just kind of just took it easy. It was my first, week out of town and then back, and we didn't have kids this weekend. So we just really kind of hung out. Didn't watch. Just hung out at the house, really.
And I guess I should qualify. I said, it was my brother coming in town and all that. I love my brother. He just has high expectations for everybody that none of us sometimes live up to. Or, I don't know what it is, but.
Sounds like somebody else we know.
I know. It does. But, it's just one of those things where, and I think part of it's in my head too, it's like your big brother, you want to.
Is he a liberal too?
No, he's pretty conservative. It's weird. He moved to Austin and became a conservative.
Even though he lives in the most liberal city in Texas?
Yeah. And actually he lives in Round Rock, and he said that Round Rock is extremely Republican. But when you go into Austin's where all the liberals start. So I don't know what he is. He's that if you're mad about where you are in life, you're a Republican. Or if no, I don't know. It's one of those. I had a conversation with somebody today. Anybody that's not happy with where they're at's looking for somebody to blame. They're blaming Democrats. They're blaming Republicans. They're blaming Congress. They're blaming Nancy Pelosi. They're blaming whatever. They're not ever even taking 13 seconds to look in the mirror and go, does it really affect me? I mean, does it? I'm poor regardless, okay? Nothing that most of what these MFers do affects me other than every year I've got a little poorer. I make more, but I've got a little poorer because that's what the system's designed to do. It's designed to,
especially right now.
Yeah, it's designed to make the wealthy wealthier. This almost turns out, I had a talk with somebody this weekend. I am for capitalism. I'm not one of those socialists. I'm not none of that. I don't know if I like the American capitalism system that, puts all the work on the backs of people while people just continue to get richer and richer. I mean, every year the rich list gets like another billion onto it. And
that's how it goes. We go down and they go up.
I know, but it's like trickle down stopped trickling down. Now we're going back to trickle up. The poors are paying the next poors that are paying the rich, that are paying the middle class, that are, it's like, I don't know. So it's time for a reset. I've recently became a libertarian. No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I am. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired. I'm finally starting to look at the big picture. And the big picture is they want us to keep looking at Biden for not knowing where he's at, Trump for whatever law he's breaking now, whatever, because they want us to not focus on them taking all our money. And I'm going to focus on them taking all our money from now on. Not paying turnpike fees no more. I'm not, no.
Fuck paying taxes.
Yeah, that's where I'm for. The Herman Cain 999. I'm too bad he had to die of COVID. Because we could use another Herman Cain. So, did you watch any of this Trump stuff going on lately?
Just him and that moderator chick going at it, but it don't matter. They can put.
No, but I mean more like that new investigation
that
came out where basically it was the report on Barr's report that was the report
that just come out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, that basically said
FBI thing was completely, they were working against him. And
I don't know if it was
bullshit.
completely Noel. See, and that's where I guess it depends on how you read it, whatever. I think the most of what I read was, yes, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but that they overstepped their boundaries. Not that, they may not have got the FISA warrants eventually, that they made this a full-scale investigation without the probable cause, so that's why they were able to get the taps and all the things they were able to get, and that those were done wrong. And if you've listened to the FBI since, and even before that, they'd put, supposedly protocols into place to prevent that from ever happening again, but until the next election,
Sure.
Well, yeah, but we can,
So
and that's why I say we can put it both ways, though, because you look at 2016, if it wasn't for 2016, Trump might have not been president. If it wasn't for 2020, I don't think at that point it mattered. Literally the Democrats probably could have put, which they did, a pile of mush up there and won because everybody was so and maybe it was media driven. Maybe it was just tired of the Twitter thing. Maybe it was tired of the firings and the constant in the news, but they thought they wanted a change, and then we got Biden. And
yeah, you got to change, that's for sure.
Although we are in a weird place right now because it's hard to be angry because gas prices are down, jobs are still up. There's a lot of things that are, but inflation doesn't go away. But I read, every country has inflation, so I don't know if Biden or the Democrats are responsible for Australia's inflation, but if they are, I apologize.
It's a new world order.
It is. Well, that's why I say, though, is Biden even part of it? Is he just
and it's not Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
No, but I don't think it's who you think it is either. I don't think it's Biden and Hillary and them either. I think they might be pawns in it, but I don't think they are either. The new world order, you don't know who they are. That's the point.
No.
They're
people.
They're the money people that are
behind it.
Exactly. The Masons or the whatever you want to call them.
Rothschilds or whatever.
Yeah. So, and we'll never be them unless somehow I can marry a Rothschild and then she kills me off and my family gets some of the money or something.
That's what it's gonna take.
You have anything else, buddy?
Mm-mm.
Well, I'd like to apologize to everybody. We didn't have a show planned, and we thought, no, this was a good test. I'm sorry you had to look at a big, giant, fat head of TJ the whole show. Sorry.
It fits perfectly in the TV back there.
I know, it's pretty awesome looking. It almost looks like it's supposed to until I reach my arm in, and then you see that I can reach in and.
Yeah. It shouldn't get me.
Oh, I guess I could do.
There you go. You ever seen That's My Boy?
Uh-huh.
When he's in jail with talking to the chick, and she puts it up, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking hard right now." Oh my fucking god,
man, that's got to be one of the worst Adam Sandler movies.
That's one of my favorite fucking Adam
It's
Sandler
horrible,
movies.
but it's
my
good.
God.
I mean, it's up there with the Johan or whatever, or
Zohan.
yeah, or one of them.
Goddamn, that movie's funny. I'm gonna have to watch it tonight now that we talked about it.
Well, see if Lee will stay around and watch it with you.
I don't know. He's not. I don't understand. He doesn't know how to return a text message for some
We
reason.
know that. He
So,
missed 3 shows because he doesn't return text messages, and then just showed up for one when we didn't text him and tell him to come. So
yeah,
but that's black time. You know, we're learning that as we become friends with Lee.
I've learned it. I learn it more and more every day.
You got anything else, buddy?
No, that's it.
Well, thanks for joining me.
We'll do better next week.
We will do better. We'll do better. I mean, or we'll, so what if we don't?
Or not.
No promises, but we'll have more people here to bounce stuff off of.
For sure. That'll
and then
help.
even just having Skin Man back there laugh at a couple things makes it sound like we're funnier. So we'll have him back. It does sound like Smoothie says he wants to come. Brandon reached out to me again, 4th show in a row that he did not show up because I gave him the also same invite was, dude, come over this week because I have nobody to sit in the studio with me. TJ doesn't want to be there. Zach doesn't want to be there. E doesn't want to be there. Conrad, I don't even know where he's at. He don't want to be here. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna do what should we do? Alex Jones play out?
Yes.
All right, I'll give you some Alex Jones. Thanks everybody. I had a good time, and I'll see you next week. And TJ, I don't know if he'll be here. I don't know what we'll do.
I'll be here virtually.
All right, buddy.
Boobies aren't things that give you milk. Boobies are things that kill you. I will eat your ass. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand?
There you go.
That turn the friggin' frogs gay. Crap, gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny.
Gay frogs.
I'm gonna say it real slow for you.
Gay frogs. Later, buddy.
Later, dude.